Hi there, my name is Zach Weaver. I am a junior here, double majoring in pre-medicine and chemistry. With this degree, I hope to become a pediatrician at Riley Children's Hospital someday, but that is way, way down the road, like 12 years down the road. So school for me doesn't seem like it's going to end, but it's all good. I'm also a member of the fraternity Phi Gamma Delta, more commonly known as Fiji. And in that fraternity, I'm our academic affairs chairman, which basically, in this position, I am just in charge of making sure everybody's grades are where it's supposed to be, and if they are having trouble with those grades, I'm the guy who they can go to get help. And I'm also a senator for the Ball State Student Government, and I'm also a member of the PHPC Club, which is basically the Pre-Health Professions Club, which helps students getting ready to get into the pre-health professions to get acclimated to everything they need before they apply for medical school, and also gets us like volunteer work and also stuff that we can do in like volunteering at Ball Memorial Hospital to get acclimated with what we're going to be working with on a day-to-day basis. Based on my going back on my family, I am from McCordsville, Indiana. It's a very small town northeast Indianapolis. A lot of you may not have heard of it. It's by Geist Fishers area, if you're familiar with that area. There I live with my mom, my stepdad, and my 12-year-old little brother, who really isn't little. He's actually taller than I am, and I'm 6'1", so he's going to be a beast someday. And we also have a dog there. His name's Cooper. He's a little 8-pound Maltese and an ankle biter. My mom met my stepdad when I was 5 years old. They got married 2 years later, and then they had my little brother. I was a young kid who was just my mom and I growing up in Carmel, just the two of us, and we didn't have a whole lot to our name and didn't have a whole lot, and we finally met my stepdad, who was a great blessing for us. And I was very nervous getting to know him and wanting to be a part of his life, and him trying to get to like, and me trying to get him to like me, which he liked me from the beginning. I can remember the first night we were there, when I met him, the first thing I asked him was he can wrestle, can you wrestle? And I've never wrestled before in my life, but I thought there's a guy here who might be able to wrestle me, and that night we put on my mom's pantyhose and wrestled in the living room. So it was kind of cool that he did that for me, but so he's always been a great father figure. But one of the ways that we bonded, which is actually going into the object I'm going to be talking about, one of the ways that we bonded when I was growing up was through basketball, which is why I have a basketball. Here's my object. A lot of people think that this might be considered a hobby, like the project entitles you to not to be talking about, but it's actually a lot more than just a fun activity for me. Basketball was a way for me to really connect with my family. Growing up, I really wanted my stepdad and I to bond, and really wanted him to like me, even though, like I said before, he had already liked me. And I found out that he loved basketball, and that was something that I wanted to be able to use to bond with him. So I knew he loved the sport. I wanted him to like me, and so I loved it. And basically, once I got hooked on basketball, I was never able to let go. He was, growing up, he was always the guy to have me in the driveway. I can remember late nights being out there and shooting around and having a lot of fun, and him always coaching me and teaching me little things to make me a better ball player growing up. This was from day one of him being my stepdad. And growing up, as I progressed through basketball, he was always the guy on the sidelines, and he was always the one to push me and be better, and always the one that would always support me if I was down and be able to cheer with me when I was up. And when I got older, like in the school ball, he realized they had to step off the bench and get up in the stands and cheer like the normal parents, and he was more than happy to do that. He was there for almost every game, and I can hardly remember again that he wasn't there, and it was just great having that support in my life. Any time that him and I needed to get away and just relax, we headed to the basketball courts. Whether it was to get away from school or from work or anything like that, we used basketball to get away and just bond between the two of us. And he passed this love down for basketball to me, and I would love nothing more than to pass it down to my kids. I mean, who knows, maybe my kids are going to be ballerinas or football players or whatever, and that's totally fine with me. But if they're going to love basketball the way I do, then I could see us really being able to bond, and I can't wait to share that with them like my dad has shared that with me. Thank you very much for watching my video, and I look forward to watching your speeches in the future.